Hello, how's everybody doing today? My name is Majesta. I am here today because I want to share my story. A year and a half ago, I was going through addiction. My addiction has been on and off since my best friend was murdered in 2012. I got pregnant with my son and had my son January 7th of 2013. I fought so hard to be that good mommy, to be that good person, to live that good life without getting help. And now here I am today because I struggled with addiction for so long and I have beat it. And let me tell you how I beat it. Whenever you go through addiction, whenever you're facing addiction, you need help. You cannot stop that addiction alone. You cannot stop addiction by yourself. Reach out for help. Before you put that pipe to your mouth again, before you put that needle to your arm again, or before you end your life due to drugs, please, I'm asking you, look for help. And reach out for help because there's all kinds of help out there. Addiction is an illness. You should not be shamed for it. You should get help for it. Here I am sitting here today to tell you, I am 15 months sober. I get it. I understand addiction full-heartedly. My children were taken from me 15 months ago. I was a user of methamphetamine. I was a shooter of methamphetamine. But here I am today, sober. August of 2019, I suffered a stroke, a mild stroke. I called the police on myself for help because nobody else was answering for me. Like, I was reaching out to my family, I was reaching out to my friends for help, and everybody turned me away. I ended up calling the police on myself because I knew in my heart that I was not okay, that I could not be a mom the way that I was. And here I am today. And I hate what road I went down. I hate that I was an addict. It destroyed my life. And before it destroys anybody else's, please, I'm begging you, reach out for help. Like I was saying, addiction is an illness. And you can't fight it alone. You can't fight it by yourself. You have to get help. You can't just stop out of nowhere because you could end up dead. It's a struggle. For me, I felt like I was never going to be able to stop, but I wanted better for my children. I had to have it. I needed it. But through all my drug court classes, through all my classes that I have attended, I have learned a lot. I've learned the fact that, like I said, addiction is an illness. It is hard to overcome it once you're addicted. All it takes is that one time. You try that drug that one time, and then you're going to want it again, and then you're going to want it again. And then before you know it, you're addicted to drugs, honey. And it's rough. It's a rough road. And you're not only affecting yourself, because I remember whenever I was addicted, I thought, I was able to do my mommy duties. I was able to function. I was a functioning drug addict. I felt that I was doing no harm to anybody else. When the truth is, I was harming everyone around me. Everyone around me was worried that they'd find me dead the next day. That I wasn't okay. That I wasn't going to come back. That I was gone. Due to drugs. I look at pictures now, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I do, Because it will forever haunt me. But the fact is, I feel so much better about myself today than I ever did whenever I was an addict. I love myself more today than I did using drugs. drugs was my escape from the pain, from the suffering. And in the end, I come to realize I was suffering even more by using them. I want to be able to help others and help others overcome their addiction. I know this is my first video and I keep rambling about the same thing, but I'm sure you understand. I'm sure you get it. I got down to a size 9, and I remember looking in the mirror saying to myself, this isn't me. What happened? And I looked around, and I remember holding my babies every night for 3-4 days. I put that syringe down. I got rid of that dope. I cried with my babies in my arms before I turned myself into the police. Have y'all ever heard of drug-induced psychosis? Because drug-induced psychosis is the world that you never want to experience, that you never want to be in. I thought everybody set me up. I thought there was cameras. I thought there was speakers. I was not okay. Like I said, I thought everyone I knew had set me up to take my children from me. And what it was is I was going crazy because without the drugs. And it was the demon. That's what I refer to meth as. Meth is the devil's playground. And because I was trying to break myself away from it without the help after being a shooter of meth, it took a huge toll on me. When I went in to the facility, they told me that my levels were so high off the charts that they couldn't tell me what my number was. I hate that today my mind it's a little bit slower because of my stroke that I did have. Yes, it was a mild stroke, but it does affect me. And I know it affects me. I'm glad that I'm alive today. I'm glad that I'm here today. I'm a better person than I ever was. And I'm ready to be a mommy again to my babies who deserve the world. It hurts. That I miss so much out with their life. But I would have been no good for them if I was an addict their entire life. You will always pay for consequences. But in the end, it's worth it. I'm telling you, it's worth it. If you're running from the law, if you feel that you can't function without that next bag, you're waiting 2, 3, 4 hours in a car for your dealer to bring you those drugs so you can feel good again. Let me tell you, honey, it ain't worth it. It is not worth it. And I'm not here to preach to you, to tell you what you got to do. I'm not here to tell you, oh, well, I want you to listen to me, or you need to listen to me. No, I'm here to tell you that it is not worth it. Whether you took my advice or not, that's on you. You are hurting everyone that cares about you. You are pushing everyone away, and it's hurting them. Whether you have parents, family, siblings, children, they all need you. They all need you, honey. They all need you to live and be here in the world. Because all addiction is going to do is it's going to one day end your world. It's going to one day end your life. And if I can be here and help speak and help talk you into getting some help to help beat addiction, that's what I'm here for. If anyone needs to talk, if anyone needs just an ear to listen, for someone to listen to them, I am here. I struggle every day. I'm still going through the fact that I'm fighting for my babies. But one thing that I will never turn back to, is drugs. Because it's not worth it. It's destroyed my life. It's taken everything away from me. It's no good. And thank you for listening to my first video. But please, take time and reach out for that help before you're the next one that is no longer a part of this planet, that is a part of the world, because you've lost your life to addiction. Please reach out for that help.